Hello, I just want to take a minute to explain to you the project that is required for this course. Um, Here you should be able to see the course content page when you are in Blackboard. And if you scroll down, you'll notice, first of all, we skip chapter 16 and go to 17, and then you will pick 16 back up. However, after completion of chapter 17, there is a project that you need to complete that really has to do and relates to chapter 17, the financial statement analysis. So in the financial statement project, which by the way is due on Sunday, July 22nd, you are provided a series of information, and I just kind of wanted to give you an example of what I'm expecting for this project. The instructions 1 through 6 tell you what you need to do as far as the material that you're learning in chapter 17. It's asking you to prepare a horizontal and vertical analysis. You will need to download and search for the Nike 2017 annual report. You're going to need to go into the annual report and find the consolidated statement of income and the consolidated balance sheets. And the easiest thing to do is just copy those into Excel. Then you're going to use equations to prepare a horizontal and vertical analysis. Then in step 6, you're going to use equations to prepare your calculations for items A through M. These are the measurements and the ratios that need to be calculated in order to analyze how a company is doing from their financial statements. Now, this does need to be the 2017 Nike annual report. Then you're going to prepare a 1 to 2 page document explaining what conclusions can be drawn from your analysis above. What are the numbers telling you? What is the story of Nike? How well are they doing? What's their liquidity, solvency, and profitability? And be sure to explain your reasoning and cite any sources that you may include in your paper. You're going to save and submit your work. So everything that you submit, you should have a horizontal and vertical analysis for the balance sheet, and a horizontal and vertical analysis of the income statement, a calculations page, and a 1 to 2 page document. Now, items 1 through 6 above can be completed on one worksheet, and I'm going to show you what that looks like from a previous assignment. So this person took the first page and created the consolidated balance sheet, and this is for previous years than what the years you're going to be using. And what they did is they just basically took the financial statement and copied it here into Excel, and you do need 2 years worth of data. So then they calculated the horizontal analysis, and this is where it is important to make sure you include equations. So here they did the sum function, and they took 2016 minus 2015, gave them the amount of change. And then for the percentage, they took the amount of change divided by the beginning year. And you can do these equations, and then you can use the fill button. You don't have to put the equation in every time. So once you highlight these two and you get this little X, you can just copy down. It'll automatically calculate all of those numbers for you. Then under the vertical analysis for the balance sheet, they did it for 2015 and 2016. You only have to do it for 2017. So in a vertical analysis, you're comparing everything to total assets. So what you're doing here is you're taking all these numbers divided by the total asset amount. And then you just continue to do those calculations that you'll learn in chapter 17. Then they chose to put the consolidated income statement on a separate sheet. I do recommend that you only do one Excel workbook page and add different sheets. And so then they did the same thing, horizontal, vertical analysis for the income statement. And then they provided a sheet for their ratios. Now the ratios also require you to use equations so you can see what your numbers did. So what they did here is they did the sum function. There's other ways to do these equations. And so working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. So they have their current assets minus their current liabilities. You can also link. So I could hit equals, and I could go to my balance sheet, and I could take for 2017, or I'm sorry, 2016, my current asset amount, cash equivalents, or should be a current asset amount here. And then I could click it. I'm going to click this one and then I'll go back to my ratios. And so it references your other pages within the worksheet. So whatever you need to do to get your formulas in here and to keep everything in one worksheet is fine. Just make sure I can read and understand how you got your numbers and how you obtained your numbers. So if you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I will be happy to answer any of your questions.